And what is really moving isn't the matter itself, it's the structure of the matter that's being translated through time and space, or what I call hypertime and space, to the next moment. Now, the next moment is we really, at this point, I really don't know where, relative to where the Earth is, the next moment is. I mean, there seems to be a good indication based on what the light that strikes the Earth looks like, what our sunrise and sunset and moon orbit and the planets seem to be indicating about that is mind-boggling. But the point of it is that those spheres are components of the Earth's space-time. In other words, they are not separate from the Earth. They're part of the Earth through time. And we aren't moving around the sun. In a sense, we're going through the sun. In a sense, the sun is a subnode or a harmonic of the matter, the material on the earth, and the direction we move through time is indicated by its presence. And so this is a completely different system. This is moving out of this shift is 10 times more profound than going from the conceptual model of the Earth as being the center of the universe and the geocentric model to the heliocentric model. This is way beyond that. This is going from a system where we have a single planet that exists in a single space that moves around a single star with a 1 year frequency, to a system where that star is one of who knows how many exactly like it, and that the structure of our matter is reformed through time and space from moment to moment. And the light that we perceive coming from the stars is not moving. It is the movement of our waveforms that go out and come back in that produce that phenomenon. In other words, let me connect the dots for you. The light isn't moving. It is us that is moving. It is consciousness that is moving. No light, no consciousness. When you're asleep, you don't see. And the metaphor doesn't stop there. The things I've done with this already are just absolutely amazing. And I really wanted to share this with you. I hope that you can get something out of this. And I hope you can understand what I'm saying. This isn't simple. And a lot of the people that I've tried to explain this to, just, they're like, then drool. You see the drool comes down. And I know, I have a very strong suspicion that this is going to resonate with you. And I really, really appreciate your intellect. I really appreciate your the stuff that you've posted and the direction that you've gone here. And I just really wanted to share this with you. And it really makes me happy to be able to share this with somebody that can appreciate it. And so if you have any questions, if there's anything I can clarify for you, just let me know. Just to drive the point home, if we ever figure out how to get off the planet to another planet, what we're going to be visiting is another time. And there is no question, zero, zilch, none, about if that's the case, if there's life in outer space. The answer is yes, and it is us. Okay, so I realize that's a lot to assimilate, and especially since we've been steeped, indoctrinated, whatever you want to call it, in this culture that tells us the earth is this ball that is, well, first it was everything was going around it, and now it's going around, and it moves through space and blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Um, and just to put it in perspective, this is just the new myth, or will be the new myth. This is the next step in understanding what you were talking about the levels that the mind travels through to get to the now, and the connections it makes, how the mind works with the past. See, this model allows for the mechanisms of memory. It allows for the mechanisms of thought. The quantum physicists, after studying the nature of the subatomic particles and how they propagate, were so baffled by what they were seeing, the strange, charmed quarks, this kind of thing. They had to kind of abandon the third law of Newtonian mechanics, which is the law of cause and effect. And what we couldn't understand about the actual mechanics of what was going on was reduced. We resorted to statistics and probabilities to explain, because cause and effect just couldn't play into it, because we didn't understand. We didn't understand the cause. We don't understand the reason that a particle or a molecule propagates the way it does. And subatomic particles are, if you study matter on that level, it's incredibly complex. And this allows for the cause and effect to come back into the picture. There isn't an effect without a cause. It's just that we had missed what was the source of the movement. And so putting that back in to the equation, we've got new ways of understanding how the past affects the present. How what has happened in the past is still present through the connections, direct connections, real connections with the past, just by rearranging the way we're thinking about the structure of the universe.